That sunrise is gorgeous. Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here on Crooked Lake. I just launched from the north side of the lake, launching from Bob's Landing to try to get away from the crowd. So we're gonna see how that goes. I don't think too many people are gonna come out here. I'm excited to come out here to this lake because this is where I first started tournament kayak bass fishing. This was my first lake. I did pretty well that tournament, but I missed a few key fish that ultimately made me lose the tournament. So I'm excited to come out here. It's a beautiful lake. There's some big fish. I do think it's going to take a big bag to do well. It's probably going to take a good 90 inches to be competitive out here. So we have our work cut out for us today. We're going to spend some time trying to figure out where these good quality fish are. So let's go out here, try to figure out what these fish are doing. As always, I appreciate you watching. All right, let's go fishing. All right, have to start off with a little top water, right? Seen a lot of bass moving around. I just went right across from the launch. There's no grass on the bottom. I know the drop shot's gonna play a big role in tournament day, just by the way that this lake is laying out. Yep. Oh, just like that. First cast with the drop shot, got bit. You can tell the bottom's really clean. So this drop shot would stick out down there. Well, I already got bit on the drop shot in the first few casts, so I'll leave that alone, try to find other baits. I just know that's going to work. I also picked this side of the lake because there are a lot of docks on this side. On the south side of the lake, there are like no docks. And if they are, there's already going to be people on them. So I came up here because fishing docks is definitely one of my strong suits. So I'm going to try to tailor the day around docks. Well, let's see what's up underneath these docks. It'd be nice to have a handful of docks and know that there are some fish there. And good fish at that. This is a giant lake. It's like 7 miles long and a couple miles wide in some places. So trying to find an area where there's some decent bass is imperative. And then that's one of the main objectives today. So just keep on moving around, hoping to run into some right now. These bass, for whatever reason, do not seem to be relating to docks. At least right now. I feel like I would have ran into one by now if they were. Tell you what, it's a beautiful day. It would be even nicer if I could put some fish in the boat. I'm going to try flipping for a little while, because right now I'm having a hard time figuring out where these bass are. These fish have to be somewhere. This is a great lake for fishing. Just have to figure out what on earth they're doing. Right now they're stumping me. Been fishing for about 2.5 hours. Wow. Well, the skunk is out of the boat, I guess, but that is an extremely tiny bass. That isn't going to do us any good for the tournament. Thank you, buddy. I just want to summarize everything real quick. Been out here for about 3 hours, and it is just a tough bite. I've gotten 4 bites. I've landed 1 small bass that wouldn't do anything for us in the tournament. So I'm making a long run right now, probably about 1.5 miles, just trying to cover water and see if there's anything that looks good. Because right now these bass are not up underneath the docks. I fished about 12 docks, and I might have gotten 1 bite. It's just really tough right now. I'm hoping that as the sun comes up, that the fish are going to move up underneath the docks more. They're going to be easy to pinpoint. But right now I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything that I can find that's other than docks, so I can have a plan B. I just caught that little one on some lily pads next to some Kissimmee grass, so that might be a pattern. I don't know, but we'll continue to cover water and see if we can find anything that sticks. Found some more lily pads. I don't think that one would keep either. Sad to say that's about twice the size of the other one I caught. That's still not a keeper. All right, no more back here on the drop shot. Gonna continue to cover new water and see what else we can find. Okay, so I made it around the peninsula that I think I'm going to be fishing on tournament day. I do need to be finding more fish if I'm going to make this long of a trek, because it's a good 1.5 miles, 2 miles over to where I am right now. So I'm still in the search for some bigger fish, because the 2 that we've caught so far are not going to make the cut by a long shot. Okay, so I'm going to fish these 2 docks in front of me, and if nothing happens, I'm going to start heading back to Bob's Landing. Try a drop shot under the dock. One dock down. Go fish this dock real quick. There's nothing there. We're gonna start heading back to the launch. Probably fish the landing for a little bit. See if we can put anything together over there. I need to fish this dock real quick because that wind's starting to pick up across the lake. All right, nothing under that dock either. I need to start heading back to the launch anyway, because this wind is starting to get pretty bad and I don't want to get stuck out over here. It's hitting me broadside too, so I need to get out of here while I still can. All right, well, I made it out of the wind. I've been fishing now for over 4 hours, or at least been on the water for over 4 hours. I've covered a lot of water just pedaling around and looking. And I'm sure there's fish around here, but I'm not seeing what I would like to see for how, frankly, inconvenient it would be to do this on tournament day. I would be losing anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours of fishing if I was to do what I did today. And I knew I was going to have to really find them to actually want to do this, but unless I really find a good group of fish over here at Bob's Landing, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what on earth I'm doing, because this is my one and only day of practice, and I may just launch from the south side. So we'll see what Bob's Landing has in store. I got probably about another mile pedal over there, and we will see what's over there. All right, finally made it back over here to Bob's Landing. That that took a while. See if we can figure out anything over here. I'll fish over here for maybe another hour, hour and a half, and see if we can put anything together. Okay, that's a welcome sign. It's not a bad one. It's right where it was supposed to be. Maybe it just took a little while for them to actually get up underneath the docks. Not a bad one. 14.5 inches. I could use a lot more like that. Thank you, buddy. Wouldn't you know, I pedaled probably 4 or 5 miles, and that fish was 100 yards from the launch. But I only think that it was there because of the time of day. Maybe they're starting to position themselves underneath these docks. All right, moving on. Little guy. See, I don't even think that's going to make 10 inches. Another fish though, under a dock. Thank you, buddy. Okay, I'm going to leave this area. Fish a few other areas. Looks like there's going to be some bass over around these 3 docks that are in this general location. I got bit in between the docks with a drop shot, and I just caught 2 bass. Last dock that I want to fish, and I'm going to be getting out of here. Last cast. All right, definitely learned a lot today and eliminated a lot of water. Alrighty, everyone, practice is over. You saw it. It was a tough day. I covered a lot of water. I covered probably 6 to 7 miles and only caught 4 fish. and 2 of those fish were in the cove where we launched at Bob's Landing. If I do come this way, I am going to spend the time in the cove right next to Bob's Landing and just work around people if there are people in the cove. I know there's going to be, so just going to have to share the cove and share the fish. I'm seeing a few techniques that I'm going to be able to work in here in the morning, maybe like a popper or something in the morning, and maybe a square bill as well. And then, of course, the drop shot and the Wacky Rig are probably going to be some of the main things that I throw on tournament day. So we'll see how it goes. We eliminated a ton of water. I'm not going to be spending much time outside of the cove if we come over this way. Have to really weigh my options and see if I'm going to come here or just stay down south where we have the headquarters first thing in the morning. So we'll see. But as always, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out a great deal. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on tournament day.